Welcome back to another Real Talk Reaction. This one's for Community. Season 3, episode number 21, people. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And you know what you got to do. Please hit that notification bell.
Alright, we got a couple comments to feature from episode 20, starting with Del Guy, who says, originally this aired on the same night as the 2 following episodes as a 3-episode season finale. As far as I know, nobody from the show has officially confirmed that it's out of order, but the fact that it was filmed last of all suggests that filming had to wait until the animation was completed, and this animation must have taken a long time. So maybe it was written much earlier in the season, but took longer to create than expected. In that case, the answer would be that they just couldn't place it any earlier than this. Executive producer Faye says, glad that you guys like this episode. It's so much better as a standalone episode, but when you're watching the 2 before, it gets you so immersed in the Chang storyline that it's jarring if you don't expect it. That being said, my favorite things in this particular episode are Troy's jumping around and the scene with the blacksmith and his wife. Yeah. Also, I always remember my older sister when it comes to British straightening the picture because she would spend hours clearing all the puzzles, grinding and picking Poke Berries when Silver and Gold came out. Not to date myself, but I played Pokemon Red on the Game Boy Color when I was at elementary school age, and I can see a lot of similarities between the game they played and games like Pokemon, which me and my siblings were obsessed with, millennial 90s culture. Hope you guys enjoyed the next episode. There are so many laughs to prepare yourself for.
Okay.
Alright, then we have William Green coming through to say, this episode is one of my absolute favorites. The 8-bit style cartoon is amazing. By the way, there's a fan-made version of the game called Journey to the Center of Hawthorne. More on that in a minute. When it comes to the placement of this episode, I really didn't notice that it probably should have been placed a little earlier in the season. In my opinion, Jeff being angry at Pierce in the beginning for having to drive to the middle of nowhere helps it fit fine because I just assume he's mad that they can't take care of the Chang problem. My favorite parts are when Abed keeps standing in front of Hilda when Gilbert attacks them in the village. Abed's reaction of just looking up slightly and raising his eyebrows to Gilbert's news, and Britta's comment about the lack of trees before they get back to Abed's village is hilarious. Now on to the fan-made version of the game. You can find it here. The game is for the most part what you see in the show with some added levels so it feels more like a game than just a recreation of the episode. When you get to Hilda's village, you have the option of killing the blacksmith and his wife as the house burns down, although then you won't have access to buying weapons in the game. Britta's potion room exists in it along with the poker game in the tavern. Thankfully, it doesn't turn into strip poker though. Once you beat the last level at Castle Hawthorne, you gain access to a bonus virtual version of Greendale where you can find stuff like Pierce's dad playing catch with them. Anyway, you should really check it out. Very cool. So it's super committed.
Yeah.
Executive producer Lisette says this was an okay episode with a nice cameo from Stan Edgar, and him being Pierce's brother was one hell of a surprise considering who their father was. But all in all, I love the video game concept for this episode, and everyone played with their avatar to the fullest. Can't wait for the next one. Alright, last comment is from executive producer Adam. I actually had to repost it. It somehow got deleted or something. My original comment got deleted, so I'll just post it again. This is the first episode of the show that I remember seeing, and it definitely still holds up. I love how the characters act in the game, particularly Abed, Shirley, and Britta. Abed definitely feels right at home as he effortlessly uses the game to his advantage. Yep. Shirley suddenly getting into the violence of the game is hilarious as she takes Annie's comment of not getting worked up about the violence a little too seriously. Her ruthfulness from her foosball days were definitely showing.
Oh, yeah.
Facts, big facts.
Oh yeah, she a beast.
As for Britta, her comment of not hacking and slashing her way through life because she's one with life is honestly perfect and might just be my favorite quote from the entire show. This episode is also infamous for being the point in which the feud between This episode is also infamous for being the point in which the feud between Dan Harmon and Chevy Chase reached its breaking point. There was supposed to be a scene in which Abed reprograms the game to make the head of Pierce's father respect him as they play ball within the game. Pierce is so touched by this action that he gets up and hugs Abed. Oh, I would have loved to see that. Yeah. Why did they not do it? According to Harmon, it was one of the most crucial scenes of the entire season and a huge moment for Pierce's character. Facts, I could see that. Unfortunately, Chevy refused to film the scene because of the long hours and due to the set being taken down immediately after, the scene could not be reshot. This led to Harmon having everyone chant F you Chevy in front of him and his family, which eventually led to Chevy to leave a nasty voicemail on which she insults Harmon at several points. Despite the rather depressing behind-the-scenes drama, this episode is amazing and just so much fun.
Wow.
Oh, goddamn. I would love to see that scene. That would have been amazing. Pierce and Abed don't really have any moments like that.
Wow. I would love to hear that voicemail.
I would love...
Chevy later. Because Chevy is known to be a very difficult person to work with in Hollywood. So I can see that.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
They should just recreate it with different actors just so we can see it. I don't know.
Man.
All right, well, let's get to episode 21 right now.
A new day has dawned at Greendale Community College. Some said we'd never bounce back after the unfortunate events of the Starbirds Wake Ride instigated by the Greendale 7. But today, the guilty parties have been expelled. Enrollment is up, and tuition is more affordable than ever. And the architect of this modern-day miracle? Security Chief Benjamin Franklin Chang. A man who has brought security, harmony, and success to what is fast becoming the area's premier community college.
Greendale, never been better. Thanks, Chang.
You see? It's not the real Dean.
Of course, the head of security at Greendale Community College has kidnapped the dean and replaced him with a Dino-ganger.
Well, when you say it that way, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, the word we used was doppelganger.
Look, I...
Doppelganger. What'd she say?
You have to do something. Isn't this a felony? Chang is holding a man against his will.
The real Dean never would have expelled us. He loved us.
Unfortunately, love is not admissible evidence.
Admissible.
Love is not admissible evidence.
Working on my
Cop opera.
cop opera.
Cobra.
It's a copra.
We'll get some proof.
No, you won't. If I catch any of you within 50 feet of Greendale, I'll throw you all in jail. Thanks for the hot water.
Wait, Copra!
Oh my god.
Copra.
They rewinded though. I want to see what Chris said.
I don't think don't fade away.
She already said it.
You have...
Greendale, never been better. Thanks, Chang.
You see? It's not the real Dean.
Of course, the head of security at Greendale Community College has kidnapped the dean and replaced him with a Dino-ganger.
Well, when you say it that way, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, the word we used was doppelganger.
Look, I hate cops.
That's all she had to say. Rita is so silly.
I hate cops.
And then she was like, that's it. No explanation.
But she's talking about Chang. Yeah.
No, she's generally talking about cops, babe.
How's the planning
Oh
going
my
for
God.
my birthday Chang extravaganza?
The magician's booked, and the invitations went out to the school board and the Budweiser Frogs. Yeah, one little snag. See, we're kind of running out of money. What with all the students dropping out and the cost of your throne is...
It's a prescription throne. I have back months. Don't look it up, it's rare. You might be right. We should free up some revenue for entertainment at the party. Where's my Dino Changer?
My Dino Changer.
Fire the custodial staff.
Okay. Cool. Do you think I could get out a little early? My wife's getting her braces off.
No.
Okay.
It was just me. Oh my
A lot of
god.
combinations.
4, 1,
Baby, it's just in a folder.
6.
They got great stuff. I know that. Anyway, I'm gonna need your Dean for approval.
Craig, is that AI or IA? I always forget.
Pierce.
I'm the real Dean.
Getting caught the first time was part of the plan. This time is because we suck.
Shirley, where the hell did you come from?
Oh my god. I can't fucking fit.
Cheers, man. You put some dark makeup on too.
Can't hold us here forever. I don't need to, Winger. I just wouldn't want you to leave before the big fireworks show.
Fireworks show?
It's a surprise for the end of the night planned by the Dean. Only silly Dean, he stored all the fireworks in the records room. Aww. And when the works accidentally go off, when I hit the final note of my awesome guitar solo, they'll burn up the school's records and all evidence of my misdeeds.
Chang, you're insane.
You're still in the Keatsar?
We're gonna tell the board
Still
what
in
you
the
did.
Keatsar?
You think they'll believe the Greendale 7 and the worst dean ever over the guy who just nailed an awesome solo?
You're gonna burn down the school and kill everyone.
Fire can't go through doors, stupid.
Oh my
It's not
God.
a ghost. Fake Moby.
Carl, Richie, let me exchange.
Let me exchange.
I'm not getting paid, am I?
Hey! So a madman in a Napoleon costume ran the school into the ground and almost blew it up?
Yeah, and on our watch.
What happened to us?
Well, I have a drinking problem.
Hard. Only a matter of time until it happened here. Nobody can sit on something this big.
I'll sit on it. When I became dean, I made a pledge to swallow this school's failures and spit out degrees because that's
Spit out
what
degrees.
deans do.
You'd do that for us?
No, I do it for Greendale.
It's great to have you back, Craig. It's almost as if you were never unknowingly gone.
Yard margs at Skeepers.
Perfect. I left my credit card there. Thanks, Craig.
You guys saved me. I don't know how I will ever repay you.
You already have.
Oh.
It's too
Now
much.
you don't have to do this. The AC school has no claim on your soul.
No, but I do. A man's only as good as his word.
That shirt wrinkled as hell.
Brother.
What the hell? Guess they just had to hurry up, throw it out.
It's time.
Your
This
eyes
shit
are
is so fucking dramatic.
Surely never change. Or do if you want. I'm not your boss.
Fuck, dude.
Oh.
You going to AC school, buddy?
Never wear a rubber. Never
That's what you gonna throw out there? Oh, man.
When you finally finish that jigsaw puzzle, will you tell me what kind of boat is at the end of that dock?
This is a lock of my hair.
Creepy.
Creepy.
Aw.
Buddy boy.
All right, let's go.
What did he say to him?
It was fake, babe. But they just know how to do it.
Abed? What did he say to you?
He said, I know you hate when people do this in movies. Sorry I got emotional.
Oh, baby.
Troy Barnes, welcome home.
Come to daddy.
Woo! Really digging this hard house. It's quite a groove. This is my school. It's called Greendale, and I'm the dean of the entire school. I mean, I wasn't for a while, but it's a long story. You guys, everybody, you should come by during the day sometime. It's totally different. Really, stop by. It'll blow your mind. You can meet my best friend, Jeffrey.
He can be my best friend.
Sure, I'll take a back rub. Who's asking?
Alright, that was episode 21 of Community, and man, they had some jokes in there after jokes after jokes. Great conclusion to it. Chang did run away though, so we're going to have to get him from somewhere. I don't know where, how we going to get him, but I love this episode, man. Even Pierce came through. He had some funny lines in here. It's been a long time since he came through and just like killed
Delivered,
it.
yeah.
But he killed it on this one. Everybody did. We had another heist. We had some Star Wars at the end. Very sad though that Troy had to go to the AC repair school. I don't know how they're gonna work this one out to get him back, but I'd be very interested to see how it comes back around to the team. But I love this episode, man. This is not the last one though, right? For this season. All right, so yeah, I mean, we got a couple more episodes of scenes for this season, and I can't wait to see how it concludes.
Yeah, totally agree. I think this episode is so jam-packed with jokes that, like, almost you can't laugh. You have to be, especially as a first-time watcher, it's like,
yeah.
But we did laugh, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sure we missed something of what they said right there because it's impossible not to laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to even rewind just to watch, hear Britta's first line as far as the cops comment, which was hilarious. But it was like literally jam-packed. Every scene had some type of hilarious delivery.
Yeah.
And I totally agree to your point. I thought Pierce was exceptionally hilarious in this episode too,
Yeah.
which has been a while. So as a unit, as a whole, our Greendale family definitely delivered on all the cylinders of funny. And then to end, just like Community can do as far as the balance of both the hilarity, the genius, the smart and cleverness, but also the emotional side of things. That was heartbreaking with Troy and Abed at the end, as far as like Troy knowing exactly what to say in this moment that would really connect Abed specifically to the emotion he should be feeling in this moment too, which is just so reflective of like their bromance and how good of friends they are, and how much Troy clearly understands Abed to even be able to say the right thing to him in the moment so he could feel what he should be feeling with the rest of his friends. I just thought it was so heartwarming and so sweet. And the full circle and the dramatics of the AC school is so golden. It's so fucking funny. I can't wait to see how this plays out, but I'm super curious too, because we're nearly at the end of season 3. Like, how are we setting up season 4? What's that going to be like? We'll have to wait and see. But I adore this episode and definitely want to watch it again for everything I totally probably missed. Yes, solid episode.
All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk Reaction for Community Season 3, Episode 21. And until next time, people, peace.